It's the end of the second era of the Cristiano Ronaldo chapter at Man United. As the club have confirmed, he'll leave the club via mutual consent, which means he'll never play for the club again. And he's free to agree a pre-contract agreement with another club in January, without a transfer fee, but with high wages. It's a shame that Ronaldo was left under a cloud. He gave an interview with that cretin, Piers Morgan. It's well established what that guy is like. I use the term guy loosely. There's some things I agreed with Ronaldo interview on and others I didn't. Let's not forget that last season, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have got our Champions League group. He scored 2 last-minute winners against Villarreal and Atalanta respectively. He got an equalising goal against Atalanta in their own backyard in the dying embers of the game. And he took the mantle from Marouane Fellaini, who was the last player to score when he did against a Swiss team at Old Trafford off the bench to get us out of the group. So I'm happy to take the baton from Fellaini and Ronaldo. There is an upgrade there. And if it wasn't for Ronaldo last season, we would have finished bottom half of the Premier League, having scored hat-tricks against Spurs and Norwich respectively. So it's a shame he's had to leave. But don't worry, I know one Crapper still at the fucking club, who broke the law when he was disqualified from driving, but continued driving anyway, and he could have killed somebody. None of the top Reds said anything then, did they? Because their moral compass isn't in check. Pascal Seagon with hair, aka Maguire, goes to Greece, drags our great name through the mud, brings the club into disrepute, then gives an interview to Dan Rowan of the BBC. And he got Mason Greenwood, whose trial, and wait for this, isn't going to start until next year. What an absolute disgrace. What an absolute catastrophe. They say, don't they, whoever they are, that the law is an arse. The law needs to be refreshed, refurbished, call it what you will. It's not fit for purpose. Absolute disgrace. I'm really angry about that. Really am. Unacceptable. But Ronaldo goes for me not doing anything really. You know? And if you think we're going to spend money in January, you're very much mistaken. You don't get good buys in January. And that will continue. Because if you remember, a couple of Januaries ago, we signed Igalo. It was a panic buy. He didn't score a single goal in the Premier League to equal his tally of 1 the last time he played there. But he did score goals in the Cup. But it didn't mean anything one iota. And Garnacho will be christened as a replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. And the far top Reds will accept that because they want to make money from failure. They don't want Man United to progress. You know, we become amateurish in the transfer market. That's not what Man United used to be. We spent good money after bad, and it hasn't resulted in a league title, post-Ferguson. And next year, it'll be 10 years without a league title. That is unacceptable for the size and institution of what the club is all about. A disgrace. And it's something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. If you remember a couple of years ago in the Mourinho, we had the highest wage bill in European football. And a couple of years later, we spent £1 billion on players. That's not good. So I hope the Glazers don't spend money in January. And do you know what? They have every single right not to do that. So Ronaldo leaves. He was treated, as far as I'm concerned, with contempt. I'm not a Ronaldo fanboy by any stretch of the imagination. But I think people made this interview mountain out of a molehill. You know, they've been erupting like a volcano. And steam coming out of their ears. But I don't mind him giving the interview. You know, because, you know, he's allowed to have his opinion and give his side of the story. There's 2 sides of a story. You know, and he deserves to give his. So, yeah, he's finished at Man United. It's a crying shame. But as I said before, players come and go. Managers come and go. The fans will always be there. And that, to Ronaldo fanboys, is a statement that you should listen to, cradle it, indulge it, and accept it, because he's gone and he's not going to come back for the 3rd time.